കാർഷികോത്സവത്തെ സംവാദവേദിയാക്കി മാറ്റിക്കൊണ്ട് കൃഷിക്കൊപ്പം കളമശ്ശേരിയുടെ കാർഷിക അനുബന്ധ സെമിനാറുകൾ മുന്നോട്ട്. കളമശ്ശേരി കാർഷികോത്സവത്തിന് ഊർജം പകർന്ന് വിവിധ വിഷയങ്ങളിലുള്ള സെമിനാറുകൾ ഓരോ ദിവസങ്ങളിലും സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുകയാണ്. മൂല്യവർദ്ധിത സംരംഭങ്ങളും കാർഷിക വികസനവും എന്ന വിഷയത്തിലുള്ള സെമിനാർ പ്ലാനിംഗ് ബോർഡിൻ്റെ വൈസ് ചെയർമാൻ പ്രൊഫസർ VK രാമചന്ദ്രൻ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തു.
My dear friends, thank you very much for this invitation. It's a great honor for me. When we talk about Kerala's potential in agro-industry, there's a very big, very important fact that we must recognize. That is, if we take biodiversity in the world, biodiversity in the whole world today, there are only two advanced capitalist countries which are biodiversity rich. Only two. Do you know which ones? One is the United States and the other is Australia, which are rich in biodiversity. All the other biodiversity rich countries in the world are the less developed countries or the medium developed countries. One is China, and India is also very leading in biodiversity, in the richness of the biodiversity. Within India, the region of India which has the greatest plant wealth, botanical wealth, is probably the northeast of India. In fact, it has been called India's plant paradise, the northeast of India. But if you come to Kerala, Kerala is not only the entire plant wealth of the northeast of India is available in Kerala, plus we have a coastline, so we have marine biodiversity, and we have fresh water, so the brackish water biodiversity and freshwater biodiversity. In that sense, the most biodiverse rich state in India is Kerala. Now, this biodiversity, one is it contributes to our environmental heritage, our wealth, ecological security. But in addition, this biodiversity must be made to produce incomes for the people. All other countries with this rich biodiversity, United States, Australia, China, and even the smaller countries like Thailand, Vietnam, they have used their biodiversity to build incomes for the people. That's been a consistent policy, that you use the biodiverse, your natural wealth, to earn incomes. In this matter, Kerala we have not done enough. There's no doubt. We make use of our biodiversity in day-to-day life, but we do not have an agro-industrial base that is equal to our biodiversity wealth. Our industrial wealth, agro-industrial wealth, is not equal to our biodiversity wealth. There's no doubt about this. Today, you go to the market, you will find about 30 products, coconut products from Thailand and China and Vietnam in the market. How many will you find from Kerala? You go to any market internationally, you will find even pepper. You'll find Vietnamese pepper. You find Thai coconut milk. So agro-industrial products, Kerala has a huge potential to use its biodiversity to develop agro-industry. That is number one. Point number two. See, how do we increase agricultural and industrial incomes in Kerala? What is a business income in a farm? we have the value of production. The value of production is made up of, there must be economic students here among you young people, of the actual production into price, right? And from that we deduct the cost of fertilizer, cost of pesticide, the cost of labor, cost of water, cost of electricity. Now, in our society in Kerala, what do we do? Our emphasis when we want to increase agricultural income is the government increases the price of, suppose it's Nellani, the price of paddy, we announce a higher price. And we announce lower cost of fertilizer, lower cost of water, lower cost of electricity. We don't think of increasing the productivity. We don't think of increasing incomes by increasing the productivity of the seed. We don't, that's on one side. We also don't think of improving income by improving farming practices. We lower the cost by lowering the cost of fertilizer, lowering the cost of pesticide, lowering the cost of electricity, water. This is not. And I'm not saying we should not increase the price. We don't think in terms of increasing incomes by increasing the production of new varieties of seeds and by improving farming practices. Everywhere else in the world, agricultural incomes are growing because of new seed material and new farming practices. There's no doubt about this. One of my students has just done a PhD on farming practices in Thrissur, in the cold regions of Thrissur and in the southern Mekong Delta of Vietnam. What was the difference? In Thrissur, we concentrate on Nellinde Velayam and the cost of lowering the cost of this. In Vietnam, they are concentrating on agricultural research to improve the seeds and to improve agricultural advice, agricultural extension to improve the farming practices. I'll give you another example. Both of these have not been given emphasis in Kerala. One, improving seeds. On the one hand, we have not emphasized new seeds. We are using the same seeds as we used 3 decades ago. In the case of farming practices, let me give you another example. I am an agricultural economist. I used to go to Punjab Agricultural University. In Punjab Agricultural University, there is 2 days in the year which is called 2 seasons, called Kisan Divas, that is Karshaka Divasam. Now, the day before, the week before the Kisan Divas, the faculty in the agricultural university is like a BA student before the exam. They are so scared of the farmers coming and asking, demanding that they get better farming practices, better seeds. That pressure is not applied by our farmers, our young people on the agricultural university here. That pressure from below for better farming practices has not come. In my view, there are three ways in which we can progress in agriculture. One, agriculture and in incomes. One is better seed material. The second is better agricultural advice. Every agricultural extension professor and officer should be in the field every day to improve farming practices. The third is by building agro-industries. If there is a demand, recently I was in Malappuram in a juice factory, juice, ice cream and cold products factory. There they have a very high demand for avocado. avocado pulp. That avocado pulp is not available in sufficient quantity from Kerala. They have to go to Tamil Nadu, they have to go to Karnataka to build it. It is only if we have more and more agro industries that we can encourage agriculture in the state. We must establish linkages. The demand for agro industries is the third wheel. The third wheel for this, our income automobile. The first is new plant varieties. The second is advice on farming practices. The third is building agro industries which demand agricultural products. The fourth wheel is this. We must have, for young people in the state who want to set up agro industries, we must have a better agro enterprise advice. I have just been speaking to the minister about this. I believe that in other parts of the world, in Japan, in Thailand, if I want to establish an agro industry, it is easy for me to get industrial enterprise training in that product. I think that young people who want to establish, young people, I believe, will only come to agro industry if it is high technology and high income. I have requested the minister that next year we shall start a large-scale program for advice to youth who want to study, who want to set up agro industries. We already have some schemes, but this will be given a new emphasis next year. This will be the fourth wheel. New seeds, agricultural advice, new agro industries, and youth advisory services for agro industries. This is something which we will fully make available to you this year and next year. I want to also say that if you want to really change, if you want higher incomes, you must make the demand yourself. It must come from you. Why are the primary health centers in Kerala successful? Why are the primary schools in Kerala successful? Because there is a demand from below. It's not because of government policy. Government policy is important. If two teachers are absent all the time, there'll be protest. If doctors are absent from a primary health center, there'll be protest. Similarly, you must demand and get services for agro-industries establishment. We must be able to study world experience in this matter. Everywhere today in the world, whether it's in Asia, mainly in Asia, in Southeast Asia, East Asia, and China, the development of agriculture is now led. It is now led by agro-industry. And the development of agro-industry is led by people who are young people and people who are giving industrial advice. I look forward to today in Kerala. There's a change that is taking place before our very eyes is in industry. Under the leadership of our minister, my friend Comrade Rajiv, Minister Rajiv. See, this MSME movement in Kerala is the biggest injection of money and purchasing power into the countryside through production today in Kerala. In fact, in India, it is the most successful MSME scheme in India is in Kerala. And the most successful production scheme in Kerala is the MSME scheme. We must use the opportunities of this MSME scheme to build, use all of these products, this entire biodiversity that we see there, to use it to build agro-industries, provide processed food. In fact, the other day, somebody who had come from Japan looked at Kerala, looked at our economy and said, is it possible for you to make, you had floods, you had natural disasters, is it possible for you to make emergency foods? Huh? That is, emergency foods, food which is processed and packed, but you just have to add some water or something. During emergencies, during floods or earthquakes, food that is given to the people, can you make that? Can you make diverse types of packaged foods for the Indian market and for the national market and for the international market? All of these are possible. I encourage all of you this year and in the next coming years to think about what industry you want to establish. The government of Kerala and the planning board and the department, the industries department, will make available to you any training that is necessary for this, entrepreneurial training. Please take advantage of the situation. There are two aspects to this. On the one hand, if we do it, we will create enormous new incomes for our people. But on the other hand, if we do not do it, we will miss this opportunity. If we do not do it, we will lose our biodiversity. So not only is it necessary to increase incomes, but we do not build agro-industry, I believe that we won't get a chance again in the future. So now let us take advantage of this situation. I congratulate all of you. I congratulate your enthusiasm. I congratulate your efforts. And I'm sure that this value addition celebration will be a big success and will take us forward. Thank you very much. And anybody who would like to discuss these issues, if you want to discuss these issues, you're free to come to the planning board anytime, discuss these issues with us. We are happy to meet you, particularly young people, in discussing these issues. Thank you very much. I formally inaugurate this event. Thank you.